Hello, Bug family. We are here on day two at the World Trade Expo 2023. We have the Karta, Dharta, everybody that whom you could think of. Miss Rupa Naik herself, the Executive Director for World Trade Center, Mumbai. We welcome you on BUGStudio. So, Miss Rupa, since how many years have been these World Trade Expos happening?
Well, World Trade Expo was initiated by us uh, almost before COVID started, 3 years.
Okay.
So maybe in the year 2017, 18, and 19. So this is the fourth edition.
Wow.
But due to the pandemic, we were not able to continue with our export promotional initiatives. And World Trade Expo, as you know, as the name sounds to you, it is only for export promotion. Whether it's global trade. I mean, I'm not just talking about India's exports, but exports of the world.
Right. So, Ms. Rupa, we were trying to understand what is the role of MSMEs and how MSMEs have grown since so many years in India. What's your observation?
MSMEs are the backbone of every nation. I mean, world over, if you look at the growth of MSMEs, it's the largest compared to any other sector. And MSME is not only the backbone, but they supply everything to every corporate house. Without an MSME, there'll be no growth in the country. If there is
So
any
right.
economic growth, it's only because of the MSMEs. If you look at the exports, more than 60% of the exports are from MSMEs. And
So
they
right.
are in every sector. I mean, from a nail to making pharmaceuticals, textiles, you name the sector. In your own home, I'm sure whatever products you have, they're all made by MSMEs for you.
Right, right. We have been experiencing since the last 2 days the amount of footfall, the energy, the vibrancy, the way your management has been taking care of everybody. I'm just witnessing happy souls around.
You see, trade, we believe in the mantra that prosperity through trade. I'm sure you all know that.
Yes.
Wherever there is trade and it has flourished, prosperity is bound to happen.
Right.
So World Trade Expo is one such initiative where we try to bring people even from different regions, not just from Mumbai, but from across Maharashtra. I'm sure you know that there are about 18 to 19 clusters here, and they're from Dhule, Aurangabad, Nagpur, various different parts
Yes, every
of
nook
Maharashtra.
and corner of India, Maharashtra
Yes,
is here.
Maharashtra is there. In Rajasthan, we have Gujarat, we have Nagaland, and of course, we have about 30 countries who are participating. So it's like a network which is global, and
Right.
India is a major part in this global network of exports today. With India becoming a leader in every sphere, if you look at it, India seems to be leading everywhere. And I'm very happy that you noticed that all of them look like very happy souls.
Yes, it actually looked like one family, one planet, something that Mr. Narendra Modi ji has been saying. You have glorified it to the extent that every time that the World Trade Expo happens, this is the kind of vibrancy that you come up with. People from different countries are here, Ms. Rupa Naik. You won't believe it when we were interviewing them. They were so humble, so kind. The exchange of information with regards to trade, with regards to technology, with regards to tourism, almost everybody ended up saying it was an exciting experience for them. They would want to come again and again. Trust me, they didn't say again, they said again and again. Kudos to your team for this
I'm
effort.
so happy to hear that. But also, I would like to add something here that
Please.
we also have about 72 startups who participated through the Cornell University, which is a partnership with the government of Maharashtra.
Wonderful.
And all of them are emerging startups. We have women entrepreneurs. The vision of World Trade Center is not just to promote MSMEs, but also largely to include inclusive growth is what we believe in. And women should be a part of this entire journey of trade. And I hope that World Trade Expo will be one such channel through which they will
Yes.
be able to reach out to the global markets.
So, when it comes to extension of trade and expos, you rightly mentioned that entrepreneurs are all. So, whether it is youth, whether it is women, these categories need to be flourished. They need to be given a platform like this. You wouldn't believe it, to the GDP growth that we are doing. Platforms like you all are also helping. In fact, we also have a platform which is called Bug Nari, and BUGStudio, which is emphasizing on highlighting entrepreneurs who are women, who are youth category, and they are exporting goods, they are importing goods, they are in the line of business. I have one more question to you. You have classified the entire World Trade Expo into three different sections of trade, tech, and tourism. A lot of countries have given a lot of explanation and presentation here. How has that been very informative for the Indian audience and the footfalls?
So if you look at the theme, it says technology. Why did we bring in technology? If you've seen in the last couple of years, technology has changed the complete face of
Right.
trade.
Right.
Tourism. You look at everything today, it's so technology driven. Technology has become a key driver today. It's an enabler for trade. And it's become so easy. Today you can just put your product on maybe Instagram and it'll be all over the world. So we
Yes.
also have a session today where there's going to be a session with Meta and
You're
they're
right.
going to talk about how you can use their platforms
Yes.
to enhance your global presence.
Yes.
And not only to increase your presence but also for you to get business.
Who to discuss this with? It is to be done with Indians. Because digital transformation, I believe all the countries have acknowledged that we are very fast in it.
Yes.
Being one of the highest populous countries, we've been literally growing here. Ms. Rupa Naik, you've been a pioneer in a World Trade Center segment. I would also want to understand from you, this association has been since so many years. Could you throw some numbers with regards to how many industries or what sectors where you've seen growth over the period?
In the MSME segment, very largely, and the startups in technology.
Okay.
I mean, if you look at that growth, it's really big. And the clusters in Maharashtra, I've seen the clusters grow fastest in this state.
Okay.
Right from the cluster which is into engineering, auto components, textiles, ready made garments, food processing, they are growing very fast. And that's because every small entrepreneur has passion in his mind. It's like he's driven
Yeah.
by hunger
Absolutely.
to reach out to people, and that's how I think they're very successful in whatever they do. But as you say, I don't think it's just passion which you need to be skilled. If you have the skills, you have 99% success with you.
Yeah, it's
1% of passion.
1% of passion. So I just observed while doing couple of interviews here. So in Argentina, we have all our automobile companies. In Philippines, we are helping them for healthcare and medicine. Filipinos are coming here to get their dialysis done for infant babies. Vietnam has having so much of exchange of this. I can go on and on because that's the witnessing aspect that I've had in the last 24 hours to 48 hours spending time here. It's been really great. Indian MSMEs in particular, you did mention sometime earlier the hunger quotient and the passion quotient is very high. Now, how does World Trade Center guide them with this kind of a platform to go to the next level?
So there are two ways. If you look at it, a person who wants to become an entrepreneur, he starts at a very young age. Either he's inspired because of a family member or he has an idol whom he looks up to and he says, I want to be an entrepreneur. So not everybody. Like if you ask me, I'll say no, I don't think I want to be an entrepreneur, I'm not cut out for that. But if you look at an entrepreneur, if I look at you, I'll say, oh yes, she'll make a great entrepreneur. So what is it? It is grit and determination.
Oh, so true.
You have to have the grit, consistency. Don't look at success. Success is nothing but how much of focus you put into that job.
Right.
Don't look at how much money you make out of it or whether you're known world over or how much have you sold your product. No, don't look at it. See how much of inspiration and how much of perspiration is there in that business that you have started. And you will know it's 99% is perspiration and only 1% is inspiration.
So
Put
right.
all that in. That's the passion. So passion comes from birth. So an entrepreneur is born.
Born
Just as an
entrepreneur.
actor is
Yeah,
born,
yeah.
an entrepreneur is always born.
He's always born.
Born.
They say that Kida is always there,
The kida is there.
which
yes.
is why we call ourselves bugs.
Bugs, yes, absolutely.
Right,
The bug
right,
is always
right.
there in an entrepreneur.
And we take pride in telling stories, which is why the essence of our name is Bharat Udyog Gaurav, which is like Indian enterprises and the pride in them. Let me understand one more thing from you. Once you mentioned that it is the perspiration, it's the grit that takes place. There are certain MSMEs which have a lot of power, enthusiasm. You very rightly mentioned, start doing your work, go for it, please keep doing your work. I think support system, just sources just kind of happen, right? So WTC comes into place, into vision and visibility, probably bug stories come into place, and then a lot of people will start looking at them, understanding from them. Do you observe that there are certain MSMEs, they require some kind of hand holding? What is your observation on that?
You know, you had asked me earlier what would a World Trade Center do?
Huh, right.
Yes. So let me just tell you here that World Trade Centers across the world, there are about 330 World Trade Centers in over 90 to 100 countries.
330.
Yes.
Wow.
And our basic, role is to connect our members globally. And a World Trade Center anywhere in the world will help you if you go to them, or if any MSME approaches us. We help them to identify not only a partner for collaboration, or if they want to find a market in the world for their product, we'll help them to find who are the buyers. We also have various training programs. We have diplomas in export import, so that we not only train you to export, but we also then go to the next level where we find you the buyers. But it has to be within you. You have to come and approach us. There are many entrepreneurs who have come so far, and we have had several training programs, several trade related programs where MSMEs, women entrepreneurs, startups participate, and they all benefit. We receive at least about 40 trade delegations from overseas,
Oh, really?
from different countries
Okay.
in a year. And all of them visit India or Mumbai at the World Trade Center only to identify trade partners.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. So this has become the go-to place.
Yes, and they know that the World Trade Center will definitely help them to identify those exactly that MSME or a corporate house with whom they can do business, because we will also not introduce them to somebody who's not known to us. So I urge companies who are largely the MSMEs and women entrepreneurs to approach us. We do not have a membership base as such, but you can be on our mailing list, and we will have you on our different sectors and invite you to those trade programs as and when we have such trade delegations.
We really appreciate the fact that you're advocating an open door policy
Yes.
for everybody. I do understand that there is a center for excellence that you have, which has a skill development center. We did our homework too. We did a couple of interviews as well. There is a parallel line that even we are doing, which is called Bug Guru. Wherever the Indian MSMEs are having a gap, let's say for example, business acumen lack is there, how to create a pitch, or probably some financial acumen is lacking in them, some kind of grooming is lacking in them. So we did speak to Smita also, and we did speak to Tripti also from your team members. We could realize the fact and authenticate that MSMEs, there are certain portion strata which are struggling. They need to be educated, they need to be upgraded. You are doing your bit, we are doing our bit, probably together also we could collaborate, and it could be great, because the mission that we have is, like you very rightly mentioned, prosperity through trade. Yeah, that was something that I could take away in this entire segment of ours. And it's really great that visionaries like you have that kind of an aspect in mind, which we are realizing and seeing in every single person who's experiencing, be it a visitor, be it somebody who's here as a trade associate person and a member, be it people from the government authority. We see the vision that you are creating. Kudos to you, Rupa Naik.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to have you
Thank you.
here.